Hi submarine friends. Well, I'm pretty pleased with how noisy the engine is inside the new engine compartment. Now you can see I got to trim the door and make it all pretty. This is all quite experimental right now. But have a listen to this. So I got it just rigged up here. That's pretty quiet. Now on camera, it's obviously louder, it seems louder anyway, but this is really quite quiet. What you're hearing actually is the muffler noise. So this is really good. I'm just going to shut it off. I don't want to let it run too long because there's no cooling system right now. There's just coolant in the engine block, so I don't like to run it much. But again, it's the muffler noise that we're hearing. So I'm really happy. I'm quite ecstatic how good this is working. Now I can still improve on this by putting vibration control and sound deadening material inside the door. I don't want to put anything on the inside of the barrel. And the reason is I want the cooling effect from the water on the barrel to cool the inside of the engine compartment. So if I put material on to make it quieter, that'll act as an insulation. I don't want to do that. I want the maximum benefit of cooling. So the other thing that I'm going to do is at the very back of this tank is the original end cap for the pressure hull, and it already has a nice big fitting on it, and I'm going to use that as the air suction. So it's going to go from the back of the tank down and then across and into the submarine hull. And the reason for that is this engine is drawing about 38 cubic feet of air per minute at full RPM, or no, at 2000 RPM, which is pretty close to full RPM. But anyways, that will cool the air going into this compartment. The water will cool that air. So I went on ChatGPT and investigated it. And in the temperatures that we have in the lakes here in Canada, the air going into this should be about 10 degrees Celsius. So that's pretty good cooling effect. Plus the exhaust system is cooled, plus the engine is cooled. But I'm still going to have a lot of residual heat in there. So I need to work on keeping that really cool. I can add additional cooling inside because the water from the lake is pumped through the cooling system for the exhaust, but that water can also flow through a radiator inside that cools the air inside. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get it hooked up more, and so I've got to get my throttle hooked up. I have to add 2 fittings for the water to go in for the exhaust system cooling. I already have the fittings for the hydraulic lines. So once I have that all done, then I can start running this and doing temperature checks to see how much the temperature builds up inside, and then I can do whatever I have to cool it in the inside. I don't think that's going to be a big problem. I think the sound was the biggest issue, and I think I may have that solved. Now, I'm not inside the submarine with this, so it still might be noisy. That's why I want to add some layers of soundproofing to this end wall here where the door is, and maybe on the door. But I'll probably just get some advice from people who know more about this so I don't waste my time experimenting. Because I know there's people who have dealt with this. One commenter on my YouTube channel already offered to help, so I'll probably reach out to him. So I'm pretty happy. So I think this is as far as I'm going to go now. I'm going to have to go back to work, unfortunately, so this is going to have to wait. But I can tinker on it a bit on the weekends and whatnot. I usually don't because I'm so darn pooped from work. So it may have to sit for a while. What can I say? Ciao for now.